Hi everyone, welcome to episode 10 of 4-8 Youth. Tonight Sarah is going to share some of her story and we have a chili challenge. Can't wait.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So today Elliot has asked me to share a bit of my testimony with you all. So I've shared my story at youth before about how I became a Christian. I became a Christian when I was 15 after I started going to my friend's youth group. But yeah, that's not the story that I'm going to share with you today. I want to share with you the years that followed becoming a Christian. So from 15 to 18, I'm now 24, just to give you an idea of when this was. So yeah, from becoming a Christian until I was 18, I was in a church that wasn't particularly challenging in terms of biblical teaching. There was nobody my age, and I just wasn't really growing in terms of knowing God more in the slightest, really. And I wasn't really encouraged in my faith. I believed, I knew that Jesus had died for me. I knew that I was saved, but that was about it. I didn't read my Bible or pray particularly. I didn't have anyone to guide me, and I didn't really know what to do. And because I lived at home with my parents, I couldn't just decide to go to a different church. The church I was at was very traditional. The complete opposite from what Elim is, really. And so I couldn't just decide to go to another church because I lived in a little village. There was no means on a Sunday to get to another town or whatever to go to a different church service. So I just kind of had to deal with it. It was just kind of 3 years of being stationary. Then it came time for me to leave to go to uni in Huddersfield. I remember being pretty apprehensive about moving away. I'd always lived with my parents, had a pretty sheltered upbringing. I was preparing to leave all that, leave all my friends, leave everything that I knew and go to this different place that I hadn't even heard of until I started looking for universities. And I'd visited once, and it's not like Huddersfield's that big of a place, but when you're from a little village in the middle of nowhere, it still feels like a pretty big deal. So the day came and my parents dropped me off, and that was it. I remember them driving past my student hall's window because the route out of Stores Hall went past my window, and I remember just watching them drive off. And it was just the strangest feeling, just feeling completely on my own in this new place. The bedroom was damp and a bit smelly, and I hadn't met anyone yet, and the kitchen was tiny and gross, and people had already been living there for a week, so I was the last person to move in. It was just so strange, and I remember just sitting there just being what on earth do I do now? What do I do? Just knowing nobody and just being in that place, it was just, I was just I had no idea what to expect or what was around the corner, just so many questions in my mind, worrying if I was going to get along with people, if I was going to make friends, if I was going to settle, if I was going to like the course, if I was going to be able to do it, just all these things. And I'm not exactly the most confident person either, you'll all probably have gathered. I'm fairly quiet. And so, my idea of a nightmare, really. And so anyway, there was a flat party going on, and I think someone came and knocked on my door and asked me if I wanted to come to it, and I was like, yeah, sure. And at this point, just feeling so overwhelmed and anxious. Everyone else was already drinking, and someone just handed me a drink, and so I started drinking. And to be honest, at that point, I felt like I had to fit in some senses, and just to kind of forget about myself and all these things I was feeling, which is weird to say now because it's definitely not something I'd just give into or just do to fit in. So yeah, that kind of became the pattern of my first month or two of uni, going out, drinking, being with my flatmates, and it was alright. Like, I made friends. It was alright for a time. The issue with it was that I was using that as a coping mechanism to deal with this new scenario that I was in, rather than turn to the God that I kind of knew at this point. So yeah, and I remember it was around November time, and by this point I had, as well as this, I'd also been going to the CU, and I'd looked at various churches because that was like in my mind as well. And I was on a night out and I decided, right, I'm not going to drink. I feel like this isn't something I should be doing, it's not something I need. And then I was just like, you know what, I don't want to be here in the slightest, like, what on earth am I doing here? And I went back to my flat, and I can't remember exactly what I did, but things were different from that day on. I started saying no to going out and yes to going to church and being involved in the CU. And in those moments, I have to say they're some of the most vivid memories of spending time with God that I have. Because I had nothing else. Like, I didn't have any friends to fall back on, or like any sort of like comfort really. Like, I'd tried the whole just going out and getting along with people, and that hadn't really led me anywhere great. Like, everything I knew as normal when I lived at home had changed, and I was in this place having to do things on my own, with temptation being everywhere. And actually, like, it's the best thing that ever happened, because, you know, if I'd have stayed at home, like, who knows, maybe I would have just been stationary with my relationship with God forever. Maybe it never would have gone anywhere. So yeah, in that moment I had to completely trust in God every day to get through it, because yeah, I was anxious, I was worried, I was uncomfortable. Everything was just new and unpredictable. Some good, some bad. I turned to his word, I worshipped him from my uni bedroom, and I really began to know God better, and it led me to share him with others too. The people I lived with saw a change in me. Some just, I remember I'd walk past people and they'd be like, you know, she's that Christian or whatever, or like, you know, because I'd stopped going out with them as much and stuff. So some of them kind of did that, but the people I was close to were actually quite interested and intrigued as to what had happened. And quite a few of my flatmates came to church with me at one point, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it wasn't easy to turn to God at first. I guess because I knew I was kind of running from him in a sense. I didn't have that relationship with him where I knew I could turn to him straight away. But it meant that I developed a relationship with him that I hadn't before. And in the coming years I learned so much, like reading my Bible and praying, and that didn't come straight away. Like, remembering to read your Bible and taking it in and trying to understand what it's saying has been difficult at various points. But yeah, being at church and being around Christians, being around people who were good influences on me, it meant I developed a real passion for God. And yeah, I'll be honest, like in those moments it was so exciting, because I guess I drifted, and I wasn't relying on God, and because I felt like I had nothing, because I felt like I had no comfort, trusting in him and being with him were like the best things. But as time goes on, and you know, I made friends and I started to love my uni course, and you know, my second year I moved into a house with friends and things like that. You become quite settled, and that can also mean, or for me particularly, that passion can become stale. It did at points. There's days where it's not as exciting, when life's a bit mundane, and there's been other difficult times since then where God has been like, remember like what to do, like remember to turn to me. And sometimes it takes those difficult situations for me to remember that He is my comfort and He's my strength, and not the things that surround me. Like currently I'm sat in my house, you know, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's warm, yeah, like in that sense I'm comfortable, and so that can make you not feel like you need God as much, but that's definitely not true. And then there's times like these, when we just don't know what the future holds. We don't know what each day is going to turn out like, with this virus. But do we ever know how each day is going to turn out, or each situation that we're in, or each week that passes? Like, do we ever know? No, we just think we do. When this all first started happening, the main thing that I was thinking was that we're just not in control. Like, we're lulled into a false sense of security where we feel like we're in control, or we feel like, yeah, like we're in charge. And then something like this happens, and it's just like, we can't, you know, don't know what to do about that. Yeah, it can feel like a bit uneasy or scary to feel like we're not in control. You know, like those early days when we sat in my uni room, just being like, what is happening? And so yeah, it can feel uneasy to not feel like you're in control, but actually it's a complete opposite, because God's in control, and He always is, not just some of the time, but all of the time. And who else? Who other than God would we want to be in control of our lives? Like, in Him we can put our entire trust. We can trust Him with our lives. Earlier today I was reading about Daniel, Daniel 6, where it talks about Daniel being thrown into the lion's den because he refused to worship the king at the time, and he continued to pray to his God. He turned to God in prayer because he knew that that's where he should turn to, and that's who could rescue him and save him and help him. And yeah, he got thrown into the lion's den, and amazingly didn't even have a scratch on him when he came out, and the king was astonished because God had kept the mouths of the lions shut so that Daniel was saved. Imagine being thrown into a lion's den. Like, the people who got thrown in after him were completely shredded to pieces, like their bones were crushed. That is the kind of power that those lions had. Imagine being thrown into that and trusting in God that you'd be saved and that they wouldn't touch you. So would you trust God if you were thrown into a lion's den? Do you sometimes feel like you're being thrown into the lion's den? Maybe it's at school if people know you're a Christian, or not at school at the minute, but maybe, you know, people come up against you. Maybe later in your lives you'll experience it in the workplace or at uni, where people, kind of don't understand. But it could be hate or strongly dislike you for your beliefs. Are you going to trust God in those moments? Do you trust God now when there's a virus outside that we can't see and we don't know when it's going to end? We don't know what the result of this is going to be. Do you trust God in that? So yeah, I hope that has encouraged you. I hope to see you all very soon. Bye.
I get some mild relief when I breathe in, but then I breathe out and the agony starts again.
The heat is in your head.
Don't do that, Luke. Don't make you live.
It's what bit was built on.
It's too hot already.
My life is going to peak at this moment.
The Chili Challenge.
Okay, so today this arrived. This is Chili Rocks Chili Challenge. In it you've got sweet ancho, smoky chipotle, warm cayenne, fruity habanero, naga ghost chili, and the hottest chili in the world, Carolina Reaper. So they go from least hot to hottest. Today we're going to have a challenge. We're going to test them out, see how hot we can get. Hello everybody, and welcome to the 4-8 Youth Chili Challenge. I've not been this excited for a while actually. I'm actually genuinely looking forward to this. The idea is each person has got a small amount of each chili, except for when it comes to the ghost chili and the Carolina Reaper, we all have a full chili each, except for Luke and Joseph, who are sharing the Naga ghost chili. They do both have their own individual Carolina Reaper. So with us today, we have the senior pastor of our church, author, commentator, video producer extraordinaire. I made some of those up. Michael Reed, Pastor Michael Reed, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions to these chili items that we consume. We have also got the wonderful, the beautiful, the kind-hearted Luke and Joseph. Megan thought I was talking about her then, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Boys, how are you feeling about it?
Nervous.
Can I ask Luke and Joseph, what's the hottest thing you've eaten before this moment?
Do you ever order something really spicy and you have a try?
I get a butter chicken.
Oh, you're like Megan.
Yeah.
Butter chicken. Oh, mate, this is going to be
Well, what's your favourite curry, Luke?
I like spicy curries, but not really bothered.
Like I don't know what is a spicy curry, Mike?
I've had some pretty hot curries. I remember having a biryani in India, which basically one of my compadre was on that preaching trip. It led him have been very well acquainted with the toilet night afterwards.
Well, hopefully the after effects of this won't be too widely felt. I don't know how to say that.
Moving.
And we've also got with us the awesome, amazing, fun, and cheerful Megan Earl.
Yay!
I don't
Fun
know
and
why.
miserable, I will say then. Fun and worried.
So I once rang the Indian takeaway and asked for a mild vegetable dish. I said mild like a korma, and it is the spiciest thing I've ever had. That's the spiciest thing I've ever had.
They're obviously playing a joke on you.
They said it was mild. I hope they were playing a joke on me, otherwise this game is going to go south very quickly. Literally. Pun intended.
Yeah. Okay. So let me talk you through the rules. I'm gonna count you down, and we are gonna all at the same time eat each item in order. I'm going to allow people to have one sip of water after the item. One sip.
Yeah.
That is it. No milk, no ice cream, no nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Because we are together going to endure the heat, the pain, the discomfort. Okay, and we're going to see who can endure it the most.
Yeah.
I read yesterday that the heat is in your head. Your mouth isn't actually burning, it's the oil that sends signals to your brain. So I'm gonna
believe in my mind that my face is not on fire.
Mind over
Gonna
matter.
help. Yeah.
Let's see if that works. Okay.
Number 1, right?
Yeah, so please take out package number 1.
Okay.
This is the sweet ancho. Scoville rating of 500 to 3,000. So I've got half a teaspoon here. Half a teaspoon. Has everyone got it on their teaspoon?
Yeah. Wait.
This is the easy one, remember. This one probably doesn't smell great, but it shouldn't be too burny.
It's on its own. It's not in like a dish.
I've got way less than everyone else.
So, I'll count us down. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
It tastes like tea.
Oh, disgusting.
Quite clumpy together.
Yeah.
It tastes like a tea bag.
Water to wash it down.
Yeah, have a sip of water to wash it down.
That's
There's not much heat there, though, is there? There's a little bit of a burn afterwards, a slight tingle.
slight tingle.
Megan, how are you doing?
Barely registers that, doesn't it?
I'm okay right now.
It does taste like tea.
Yeah.
It tastes
like
like
smell of
tea.
tea.
It tastes like eating the insides of a tea bag.
Yeah.
No, it's
Spicy
less
tea.
dry. I've tried a tea bag. It is very, very dry.
Is it stuck in anyone else's tea?
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
behind my stuck behind my teeth.
Yeah.
Same.
Lovely. Okay, should we move on to number 2? We're all coping pretty well with that one. Number 2 is smoky chipotle. The heat rating on this one is 17,000 to 30,000.
So we're going from 500 to 17,000.
No, that one was between 500 and 3,000. This
So we're
one.
going from 3,000 to 17,000.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's too big a leap for me.
Just wait until we
Climbing
get to the
high.
ghost chili. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this one in and give it a bit of a chew. I'll count us down.
Joseph can't get it out the bag.
Are you done? Are you got it?
Got it now.
Okay.
All right, excellent. 3, 2, 1.
Now,
Oh, that's a bit keen.
That's quite a bit hotter.
yeah.
It's all in my head though.
That is good.
Okay, lovely.
I'm going to be cooking with this afterwards. Yeah, so have one sip of water if you want. That one's got a burn to it.
Well, it's
That's good.
slight aftertaste, isn't it? Rolling round the tongue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Megan, you look a bit pale.
That's quite spicy.
Joseph,
like-
how are you doing?
That's like a Toulouse Greensides curry.
Mm.
So I'd eat it, but I'd struggle, and I might say something.
Joseph, how are you doing?
It's too hot already.
So-
No, it's stuck in my teeth. Like it's stuck in my teeth, and I can keep. It's like the heat's still there.
You look
Yeah, I
like you're
did-
sweating a little bit.
I did
I
read
can't. I'm
that
only
you
allowed
should
one sip of
swallow as
water.
quickly as possible,
Mm.
but it's all in my head.
Yeah, it is. It's all in the head. It's all the oils telling your brain. Or
It's on your
something.
head, it's in your mouth, and it's in your stomach.
All right, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Number 3 is the warm cayenne. Okay, this one is a Scoville scale of 30,000 to 60,000. So it might be the same as that one. This chipotle.
This has stained my bag, look.
Yeah, and mine.
It's going to do the same to your mouth. So I'm going to say half a teaspoon again. By the way, if you touch any of the chili items, don't touch your face.
I had a moment when I was making a fresh chili sauce years ago, and I ended up rubbing my eyes, and it was hot on the outside. It was on the inside. My eyes all swelled.
Oh.
Hey,
I
Rene.
used to work at the market, and we used to put chilies out there with our bare hands. And our boss said, "Wash your hands before you go to the toilet," because he used to go around from town to town.
Oh,
And one of the
that's-
boys who helped him at one of the other markets had gone to the toilet and come out screaming.
Right, we're ready.
2, 1.
Oh, die.
Very
Very
powdery.
dry.
Right. It's so
Oh.
dry.
It's all over our teeth.
Ow. Ow.
It was the texture. I didn't even get any of the heat.
Doesn't seem any hotter than the last one to me.
No, that seems milder.
Maybe it's because it's powder. The last one we were chewing and the oils were coming out.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. I would say that's milder than the Chipotle.
Mm.
Yeah.
Megan, oh, black face. Oh.
I'm out now.
It is. Hey,
What?
I spat it out.
no, that's all right. You can continue. That was the
I
texture,
don't
not
want
the
to
heat.
continue. I don't want to.
That wasn't even bad.
I
You know what? I reckon I've got one more in me, but
Sick. No.
It's
Come on.
can I dip my tongue in this water
No.
without drinking any?
it doesn't really make much difference, you know. You need
Ah, well.
milk.
I'm doing it.
Is it because it's all in my head, Mike?
You need dairy to stand.
Yeah, but
Stuff like
are
that.
you not feeling this? I'm
Yeah,
crying, man.
Yeah, a little bit of tear to the eye.
I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying the taste because my face is on fire.
No.
The point is not to enjoy it, Megan.
The
That
cayenne
cayenne is
is it?
building now. Are you finding
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not getting any better.
More. Next one, I think.
Oh, I'm not doing
Fruity
it.
habanero. Scoville scale.
I don't want to do this.
Entertainment.
130,000 to 200,000.
Are you serious? We're going 100,000 more.
Listen, this is nothing, love. Wait till we get to 4 and 5.
Do you know what? I love doing things for entertainment, but I think I've got one more in me, and that's it.
No, you can do it, Megan.
I don't think I can go to 6. I don't think it's worth the pain.
I believe in you. Okay,
Is-
everybody.
Is it a baiting now?
Take
I'm not
number
doing this
4.
now.
Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
No, I'm not doing it.
Joseph, come on.
No,
Everyone,
I'm
let's
not
encourage
doing it.
Joseph.
I can't.
Come on, Joseph. You can do it.
You
Mind over matter.
You get,
You are stronger than this,
pizza.
Joseph.
texture that I can't.
This is flakes.
I still don't like the texture.
Go on.
No, because I'll just thought.
Go on.
Is that okay?
There's Gav's there cheering his lads on. Come on.
Is that okay?
Do it.
No.
Really?
No.
Are we ready?
Is that okay? Yeah.
Could Dad do it instead of me?
No.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, Dad's doing it.
No.
Come on.
Your challenge, not mine.
Come on, Gavin. Gavin. Gavin.
It's coming.
Yay!
I
Substitute.
don't even feel the cayenne anymore.
We've got a new competitor. Gavin, Gavin, how is your shoulder? How's your...
Great to see you.
3,
3,
2, 1, go. Give it a good chew.
Joseph sat there enjoying his ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's got a right kick to it.
Mm.
Back
Whereas
of
the other
throat.
ones were
I don't
just
taste much
pickle,
of
right?
a difference in that and the other one.
Oh,
Back of the throat, that one.
Oh,
do I
yeah.
need a sip of water? Yeah, I'll have a sip of water just to wash it down.
That next.
That water made it worse.
Yeah.
It looks like she's going into anaphylactic shock.
You know the water didn't that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a bit of
Luke,
a...
what do you reckon to that one, mate?
Obviously.
Get this ready because it's the.
I haven't had the
Ghost
cumulative
chilli
effect of all the others, you see.
Oh, that is hot. It's burning.
It's all in your head, Gav. All in your head.
Yeah.
It is in my head. I can feel it. Oh, boy.
This next one's not going to be fun.
Oh, dear. My eyes are still watering.
So have you chopped that up, Luke?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Looking good.
Yeah. I don't
I can feel it in my stomach.
I'll eat it all if you
Is
want.
in your head.
I feel it in my
Your
stomach.
mouth isn't actually burning.
Luke's going to eat all this next one.
Okay,
That's a
I'm
lot
really
of chili.
tempted. I'm really tempted to have some milk.
Yeah, it's right there.
That is actually hotter than I thought it'd be, that fruity habanero. Fruity is misleading.
It wasn't fruity.
It's not fruity.
It doesn't taste like fruit whatsoever.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's back here.
Well, that was it was fun joining you for that round, I think.
Come on.
Gavin, you can't leave now.
I'm not having any of this one.
You can't have your son out, do you?
This
I can.
this actually looks.
Look, listen, I learned that on the bike. I didn't let Joseph outdo me on the bike. I'm definitely going to let Luke outdo me on the chilies.
Oh, my tongue. All right. I think we've reached the peak of that. Oh. So, we're going to move on now.
Oh yeah, that's
Naga
Climbing the
Ghost
mountain of
chili.
chili.
I've got
The Naga Ghost Chili.
I'm gonna get a peg. I don't want this on my
I've got
hands.
2 halves.
Okay.
Are we going to eat a whole or half? I mean, it's a
We're
lot.
gonna- We're going to eat the whole.
It's only number 5. Where's it on the Scoville scale, Elliot?
This falls between 450,000 and 700,000. Okay.
So this used to be the hottest chili in the world.
Yeah, it's not anymore. It's rubbish now. It's a loser
Are
chili.
you sure? Are you sure that we can't just take a nibble?
Well, it's up to you, Megan. If you wanna wimp out.
Don't pander to my need for competitiveness.
It's got an interesting odor about it.
Yeah.
Sweaty sock.
Almost.
I can smell lemon.
Mm. There's an element
Yes.
of lemon.
Citrusy kind of
Yeah.
acidic.
Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh, dry.
Mm.
Dehydrated. Mm.
Wow.
There's a sweetness.
Initially,
Wow.
it's sweet.
There's no heat just yet for me.
Your mouth isn't actually burning.
Wow. I need a bin.
All right,
Don't keep chewing it, Elliot. Swallow the thing.
Ha. Oh.
All right, I'll swallow it.
That wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be, although it'll probably come in a bit now, won't it? We're feeling it back of the throat, back of the tongue.
Can I just say, Megan, well done.
Luke, Luke, your face is brilliant.
Oh, it's starting to kick in.
Oh, there it is. I can feel it right down the back of my throat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Like coming like a late steam train. Bang!
Megan, are you okay?
Oh, dear.
Oh, Luke, are you all right, mate? Oh, boy.
Oh, dear. Oh.
It's really hot.
Look at Luke spinning around like this.
It's all in your head.
Feels like it's all in my mouth. I get some mild relief when I breathe in. But then I breathe out and the agony starts again.
Oh.
Oh,
That's not pleasant.
I think it's getting better. Oh, I've got dribble on my hands.
Well, that clears the sinuses, I tell you.
Oh, dear.
Do you know what's kind of nice though is that we're all feeling the same thing. Solidarity in our pain.
I'm just gonna go and wash my hands.
All right. Oh. Oh.
Every bit of my mouth is burning.
I feel it in my ear. I can't do 6. I'm 100% out.
I feel a bit dizzy.
I was expecting to get to 3, so in my head I'm a hero.
Oh my goodness me.
I think it's subsided. When I start talking, it gets worse.
There's like ice cream milk everywhere and it's so tempting.
I hate to break the bad news, guys, but milk doesn't seem to be having any effect.
Dare I ask? Are you ready for the last one?
Well, I don't feel ready, but I've got so far. I feel like
it'd be a shame not to do it.
Exactly, Luke. That is the right sentiment.
Luke, mate.
This is what it was built on.
You were the right person to partake in this challenge.
I feel absolutely no shame in giving up.
So, let me tell you a little bit about this one. The world's hottest chili on record. Chop a little into sauces, salsas, and marinades, and enjoy the burn.
Enjoy.
Use with extreme caution! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Handle with gloves. Eat with caution. Keep away from children. Scoville scale: 1.7 to 2.2 million.
It's a mix between the last 2 that we've eaten.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
That's what. Right.
Crossbreed.
Crossbreed between the ghost chili and the habanero.
Yeah.
The problem is that stem is going to be difficult to chew on, isn't it?
Hey guys, are you ready for this then?
Why are you touching it with your fingers, Elliot? It must be dangerous.
It's because I'm a brave young man.
You're doing it for Britain.
I'm doing it for my mum.
I dedicate this chili eating to my mum.
Yeah.
I'm going to pray for you guys.
Otter one.
Sorry?
I'm going to pray for you guys.
Okay.
3,
right. Luke, are you
2,
ready?
Yeah.
1. Go! Give it a good chew. Just feel that pain start to creep into your face. It's just oil. It's called capsicane.
Quite sweet again.
Capsicane
oh boy, I can feel
oil.
it. I can feel it.
I can feel it down here.
In your heart.
Hey.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
I don't want to swallow because I know it's going to get worse.
My heart bleeds for you, it really does.
He's waiting for an explosion.
It's not quite kicked in as much as the last one has yet.
Some things, this is definitely going to build up. It's not that bad at the minute.
Apparently,
Guys,
it peaks at 6 minutes.
At this moment in time, it doesn't feel as bad as the previous one.
1.7 million, eh?
To 2.2.
You guys have started to go a bit quiet. Come on, keep talking to me.
What about? What is there to talk about now?
Not funny anymore.
Oh, someone should have started this timer so I know when 6 minutes happens.
All right, I feel like it's kicking in now. So is this hotter than the one before?
Maybe.
Not sure. He's not coming with a massive big wham of a kick.
It's building up.
You almost took your breath away, the previous one.
Hey, Luke, do a few spins. That'll help.
Luke's in labour.
Just breathe, guys. Just breathe. It's all in your head.
I'm crying.
I'm just doing this really good.
I've got no more tissue left.
You know, don't rub your fingers on your face.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
So is this hotter than number 5?
I think it might be.
No, I'm not feeling it quite like number 5.
Hilarious.
It doesn't feel as hot as the last one.
Ah.
Still very hot.
It's very hot, don't get me wrong.
It's really hot.
I don't know if it's because it's built up gradually and then...
It's very hot.
Just remember it's temporary.
I think I'm ready for the next one now, actually.
Good morning, did this in
Is there another one, Elliot?
10 minutes.
I will have my sip of water.
Mike, you're a beast. How you doing, Luke?
I'm feeling all right
All,
now.
like, all the heat's on like one bit of my tongue. And that bit really Oh, I just licked my lips.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Luke. Don't lick your lips.
Mango Lass is really good. At this time. Okay.
I do feel very jumbly in my tummy.
Yeah. Wakes you up a bit, doesn't it? I heard that chilies is really good for the morning. People should have them for breakfast because it gets your metabolism going.
I like to eat a full bulb of garlic when I wake up. Full bulb of garlic and a dog's face.
It's all in my stomach.
My stomach's feeling it as well. Oh, I'm not looking forward to the toilet trip.
I've not even... Yeah, this is it. It could be a toilet roll in the fridge scenario.
Luke?
It's bad.
One more minute and then we hit 6 minutes.
All right, 6. One
Then
more
can I
minute.
have milk?
I'm really proud of you all, guys.
The
I'm
idea was
even
this.
proud of Megan and I'm proud of Josie. And Gavin. I'm proud of Natasha as well.
Thanks. Please can I?
I can feel it. I can feel it jumbling down in my gut.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a
Luke's
bit
on the
sick.
floor.
He's floored him, the lad.
Yeah.
Luke, this is brilliant, mate. You're a legend.
Oh. It's burning my tummy.
Yeah, I feel a bit sick.
Luke, you're coughing back up again. You'll have it all again, Elliot.
I'm done.
Oh no, I'm gonna get stomach contractions.
Hello.
All right, we've gone past 6 minutes.
Can I have milk?
What do you reckon, milk, guys?
Well,
Yeah.
it comes a point, doesn't it? Well, this has been an experience,
Cheers, everyone.
one I will never forget. Luke,
It's my tummy that's killing.
you're a legend.
Yeah, Luke, you are a legend, mate.
Oh,
Oh, it's very sweet.
oh. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Oh,
Milk is room temperature.
oh, my face is buzzing. Guys, my stomach is agony. I'm gonna have to go.
I just
Right,
feel
well.
sick.
You feel sick.
I feel sick.
I'm surprised I'm the only one out of you guys that doesn't feel that.
Yeah, because you're used to this. I have the children's sauce at Nando's.
Oh man, that one before last. That ate me like a steam.
Like my stomach has just eaten like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Probably has if you had up all of them.
Well,
I don't know what to do to make things better.
Milk.
we have to build up to it.
Tithing. Yeah, tithing's always very good.
Timing.
Yeah, I've always found that a good generous donation to the church helps to alleviate the pain.
Right, I'm gonna have to go, guys.
Well,
I need to go to the toilet, I think.
We did. As I keep saying on my devotions, keep looking to Jesus.
I've got my liquid
See you all
here
soon.
today.
All
See
right.
you guys.
See you.
Bye.
Okay, I just wanted to come back and do a bit of a follow-up. It's probably about half an hour since we ate the Carolina Reaper, and I know I ended the video call a bit abruptly because my stomach was in sheer agony. Felt like somebody had poured boiling lava in there, or like there was a little man in there with a knife running around stabbing me. Oh, it was horrible. And then I had a bit of bread. I think that's helped. But then I had some more water and it started to come back again, so I think water exacerbates it. So I'm still in pain now. Oh, I'm alright though. It's good fun. Don't try this at home, folks.
Don't try this at home. It hurts a lot.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week, same time, for episode 11.